Hare Krishna. Welcome to the series of Lord Chaitanya. Today we shall discuss a topic wherein we will come to know what are the expectations of the Lord from us if we desire to become his devotees. Lord Chaitanya has come to give us Harinam Sankirtan, that is congregational chanting of the holy names. But he wants us to perform some austerities. What are they? They are basically not offending any Vaishnavas. So we shall see at that time when Lord Chaitanya was present about 500 years back, that time there was a Brahmana whose name was Gopal Chapala. So today we shall discuss Gopal Chapala, how he offended Srivas Thakur and how he had to pay for it. So every night Lord Chaitanya would perform beautiful Nam Sankirtan in the house of Srivas Thakur. Srivas Thakur is none other than Narad Muni, because Lord Chaitanya had come along with his associates. They were not different from many incarnations of the Lord and pure devotees of the Lord and his internal potencies and so on. So, and other people were not allowed in that house of Srivas Thakur. Many people wanted to come and witness the beautiful dance of Lord Chaitanya. But how is it possible that everyone can come and witness this? Only pure-hearted souls were allowed in that dance, even to watch. So this Brahmana, whose name was Gopal Chapal, he was feeling very angry and envious of Srivas Thakur. And he thought, I must do something to blaspheme him. So he thought that I will do something in such a way that people will understand that he is not a devotee. He is just pretending to be a devotee. So he collected some of the items of worship to Lord Durga and placed them in front of his house, in his courtyard, like red flour, some rice, some wine bottle, and then so many items, and then which have been used by Shakta worshippers. And he went away. Next day morning, when Srivas Thakur opened the door, he saw all the items of Shakta worshippers are lying there, like wine and so many other things, and reddish sandalwood paste and things like that. And then, but he didn't try to defend himself. He called other neighbors, all the surrounding neighbors, and he said, see, actually I have only done all these things. I am a pretender. I am only doing all these things. At night I worship Durga, and otherwise I pretend to be a devotee of Krishna. So, but the devotees, the neighbors, they all knew Srivas Thakur, that he was a sincere devotee, and they didn't believe him, and they called a sweeper and cleansed the place. Then the Brahmanas, they were the neighbors, they were all thinking, who has done this to blaspheme Srivas Thakur? How menial, how degrading this is. Then after 3 days, just after 3 days, this Gopal Chapal was attacked with leprosy, and his whole body became, the whole pores of his body, they started oozing out pusses, and there were germs and insects biting his body, and it was so unbearable for him. We can see when a person suffers from diseases, his healthy condition just disappears, and he looks so ugly, painful and diseased and miserable. And actually Gopal Chapal had to leave the village, because this disease is very, very contagious, and no one would have allowed him to live in that village. So he had to leave the village and go on the bank of Ganga outside the village, and he stayed alone. He had to remain there alone under a tree. And he was suffering very, very miserably. One day, Lord Chaitanya was passing from that place. So Gopal Chapala, he started calling out to the Lord, oh Lord, please, please, please look at me. Please, I'm suffering from this disease. Please help me. I'm your uncle from village relationships. I'm just like your uncle. So please help me. Please give your mercy to me. He even said that as an incarnation of God, you have come to deliver the fallen souls. So kindly deliver me by your mercy. It appears that Gopal Chapal had a simple heart actually, and because unless and until one has a simple heart, one cannot accept Lord Chaitanya as a Supreme Lord. But because of his offense, he was suffering from this disease. And we can see that Lord Chaitanya did not give him his mercy. In fact, he was very, very angry. And he said, "O sinful person, you are envious of pure devotees. I shall not deliver you. Rather, I shall have you bitten by these germs for millions of years." So, now we can understand that whatever sufferings we have in this world, in this body, due to maybe because of any condition, maybe relationship problems, maybe physical conditions, maybe mental problems, maybe emotional problems, especially because of physical diseases, we have so many miseries in this material world. They are all reactions to some sinful acts which we have done in our past lives. In Srimad Bhagavatam 6.1.15, it is said, "The desire to commit sinful actions continues in the heart due to ignorance. These sinful actions are divided into three categories: Pataka, Pataka means sin, Pataka, Mahapataka and Atipataka, and also in two divisions, Prarabdha and Aprarabdha. Prarabdha refers to sinful reactions from which one is suffering at the present. Like for example, if someone is suffering from leprosy or some other diseases, we can understand that this is the result or the fruit of our sinful deed, which was the seed which we had sown many lifetimes or some lifetimes before. And this is the result which we are experiencing now. And Aprarabdha refers to sources of potential suffering. Some bijas are not yet fructified. They will come in future. At present, we may be doing some sinful activities. So their reactions will come in future. They are called Aprarabdha. So the seeds for sinful reactions are not seen. But when it fructifies, one is seen to take birth in low families or very, very ugly conditions. They may have ugly bodies or lack no money or no intelligence or no good family, no wealth, no education. All these things are the result of this sinful actions, which are the seeds. But now we have come to this stage. Now we may feel very miserable. Now what to do now? We have already done all these things. Now how to rectify this situation? So for this, Krishna has given us Bhagavad Gita and scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam, wherein it gives us a great hope that we can be relieved from all these sufferings. We may be suffering from some sickness or some illness or miseries in this life, but we can be relieved from these things. How? Krishna says in Srimad Bhagavatam, he says to Uddhava 11.14.19, "My dear Uddhava, devotional service to me is like blazing fire that can burn to ashes all the fuel of sinful activities." Like we may eat some prasad which is offered to the Lord, the food items which are offered to the Lord, can cleanse us of so many millions and millions of sinful reactions. We may chant the names of Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Such chanting destroys the sinful reactions. Hearing of Krishna Katha from pure devotees destroys the sinful reactions, and any services rendered to the pure devotees of the Lord destroys the sinful reactions. So we have great hope that when we chant, when we eat the prasadam, or when we hear the Krishna Katha and preach his glories to other, we do Nam Sankirtan and serve in different ways, all our sinful activities are destroyed to ashes. So great hope. So this is the reason why Lord Chaitanya has come in this world, to give us this hope and love to each and every living entity, to be freed from these sinful reactions. So Gopal Chappala was suffering from this misery, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted him to understand the cause of his suffering. So he wanted him to understand that any person who disturbs a pure devotee engaged in broadcasting the holy name of the Lord is certainly punished. This is the instruction of Lord Chaitanya. One has to sincerely regret and rectify the situation. So he said, you have made Srivas Thakur appear like a pretender, and you have made him look like a worshipper of goddess Bhavani. So simply for this offense, you will have to fall down into hellish life for 10 millions birth. The real purpose of incarnation of Godhead is to kill the atheist and maintain the devotees. After saying this, he left, and he went to take bath in Ganges, and Gopal Chappal kept suffering like anything. When Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, and then he went to Jagannath Puri, and from Jagannath Puri he was returning to Kulia, Gopal Chappal again went to Lord Chaitanya to meet him, and again begged at his lotus feet, "Oh Lord, please, please forgive my offenses. I am sorry for what I have done. Please be kind to me." This time the Lord was merciful to him, and he said, "Only Lord Srivas Thakur can help you. If you go to him and beg him forgiveness, if he forgives you, then you will be freed from your sins." So this Brahmin ran to Srivas Thakur, and Gopal Chappal begged for forgiveness from Srivas Thakur. "Please forgive me." Srivas Thakur was a pure devotee, so he didn't keep any offense in his heart. He just, from his open heart, he just forgave him, and he said, "Please get up. I have no regret. I have no guilt. I don't feel any pain because of what you have done to me. Please let the Lord shower his mercy upon you." And this way he forgave him from his heart. So when the pure devotee forgives a person from his heart, the reaction to the sinful activity is destroyed. So immediately he was freed from the reaction, and he was cured of the leprosy. He again became a normal, healthy person. And not only he was relieved from the disease, but he was relieved from the envy towards devotees. And he himself became a devotee. So in this way, we can see that there is a very drastic difference between a Brahmana and a pure devotee. A pure devotee is much higher than a Brahmana. In Varnashram system, a Brahmana is said to be on the highest level. But if that Brahmana is a devotee of the Lord, he is on the much higher platform. So, when we commit sinful activities, it is due to ignorance of the scriptures and ignorance of what will happen to us if we do this. But a pure devotee acts as per the instructions which he gets from the Lord himself, from his heart through the super soul, from Krishna himself. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 10.11, Tesham evanukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayamya atma bhavastho jnanadipena bhasvata. It says, to show special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. Our heart is completely filled of darkness, of ignorance. We do not know what to do, where to go, what to do, what not to do, what to say, what not to say. It's completely filled with ignorance. And because of our sensual demands and mental demands, we commit so many sinful activities. But when a person becomes a devotee, Krishna enlightens the heart with the lamp of knowledge and gives instructions from within, and sends spiritual master from outside to instruct him from outside. So from inside and from outside, a devotee is enlightened, and whatever his actions are, they lead him back to Godhead, away from this miserable material world, which is filled with miseries and which is temporary. So, in a sense, Lord Chaitanya wants no one to criticize a Vaishnava, whereas the atheist who act because of their ignorance, they suffer because of their sinful actions. We can see from the examples, Krishna has not tolerated offenses done towards his devotees. In the history we can see, like whoever offended Draupadi was not spared by Lord Krishna. And the whole Kurukshetra war was done just to protect Pandavas. We can see how Ambarish Maharaj was protected from the wrath of Durvas Muni. In this way, we have always seen that Krishna has always protected his devotees and punished very, very severely the atheists and blasphemers of the devotees. So, from our heart, we should pray to Krishna that, oh Krishna, please let me be respectful to all the Vaishnavas. Let me not commit offenses towards any Vaishnavas, because they are very dear to you. In this way, we will be quickly purified. We should be like honeybee. What honeybee does? They always try to suck the nectar from the flowers. We should always see good things in others. And if any bad things are there, we should just ignore them. We should just see the good things and take good things from them and apply it in our lives. But what does a housefly do? They just want to go on the stool and suck the stool and enjoy that dirt. So when we blaspheme the devotees and criticize them severely, this is the tendency of a housefly. But a devotee is like a honeybee who sucks only nectar. Wherever there is stool or dirt, he will never go there. He will only sit on the flower and try to suck the nectar. So devotee's qualification is like a honeybee. So devotees are like honeybees. We should be in that mood of always glorifying the Lord and also glorifying the devotees of the Lord. So I shall just recite just some lines from Chaitanya Bhagavat, wherein Lord Chaitanya said, all living entities in this countless universes are my eternal servants. Therefore, every living being that hurts or abuses another living being will be destroyed. Even a sannyasi who blasphemes an innocent person will fall down and lose all his piety. Then Lord Chaitanya raised his golden arms and declared to the whole world, just give up the tendency to criticize others and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I will personally liberate everyone who chants the name of Krishna without criticizing others. When the assembled devotees heard Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaking like this, they exclaimed with full joy, Jai, Jai, Jai. Thank you very much. Let us all participate in Nam Sankirtan of the holy names of the Lord and always take part in congregational chanting and participate in the Harinam Sankirtan, which has been given by Lord Chaitanya, which is not different than Rasa dance of Lord Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. And in this way, Lord Chaitanya will uplift us from this material world and take us back to the spiritual world for eternal life of bliss, happiness, knowledge, and eternity. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.